And we're back. And let me know if we're still having sound issues. Because I don't know what to do now. Y'all let me know how the sound is. If we're still choppy, because it might just be my internet. Because I'm working off of my computer mic and not the microphone I have plugged in. So I wonder. Okay. I am trying something.
How is this? Is this any better? Let me know if this is any better. Oops. I'm sitting up here typing. And stuff now went away. It's better? Okay. I plugged in my Yeti to my laptop. So if this is better, give me a thumbs up and then we can go ahead and keep it moving. Thumbs up if this is better. And of course, I got a cough drop in my mouth. I always got a dang on cough drop. Okay, so that is fixed. Yay. Whew, at least we figured that out. This is a work in progress, y'all. This is a work in progress. So again, thank you guys for joining me this evening. Let's go ahead and kick this Kiki off. Let's go ahead and go to South Carolina. This is one of my sister's neck of the woods. It's south, more south than her. Now, I don't know if you guys heard this, but I want to kick this off and give you guys the Kiki for real. The term, if you're going to dig a grave, you might as well dig yours as well. Dig one for yourself as well, has become a reality for a person. In South Carolina, there was this 60-year-old man who passed away while digging a hole. His neighbors saw that he was out in the yard or lawn or whatever, just laid out, stretched out. They called the cops, and the cops came, and of course they found out that he had passed away, and unfortunately he passed away. So they're investigating, trying to see what happened and whatnot. And lo and behold, they found out that he was digging a hole. Well, they investigated the hole that he was digging. I know, right? So the cops started investigating the hole that he was digging, and come to find out, he was just finishing burying his 65-year-old girlfriend who he had just strangled to death. Let that sit. He had just strangled her to death, tied her up, put her in some type of bag, was out there digging her grave, and was just about to, finish burying her when I guess he started having some issues. And He plunged the shovel or spade, whatever you want to call it, that he was using into the ground, walked off, and collapsed because he was in under cardiac arrest, and he passed away. Exactly. She said, if you took me out, I'm taking you with me. I was done. I was done. I was so done. I was just like, oh my God. And I'm surprised I remember this. But it makes that term a reality. If you're going to dig a grave for someone, you might as well dig two, because you might as well dig yours as well. Karma. That's crazy. Exactly. She went color purple. Until you do right by me. She went straight color purple. Now, this was South Carolina. This is that South Carolina story. I came across that literally today, and I said, oh, this is going to be the top story right here. Definitely. This is going to be the top story right here, because I could not believe it. I could not believe it. I was done. I was so done. I don't know what ethnicity these people were. I don't know. But I was so outdone. I was just like, oh, this what we doing? This what we doing? The world done went crazy. The world done went crazy. I was so done. I said she reached back from her grave that he was digging for her and said, I'm taking you with me, dude. I'm taking you with me, and everyone is going to know what you did. So I think they are a notorious couple in their neck of the woods, and kind of known for having issues or whatever. But yeah, if he thought he was about to get away with that, she made bloody sure he was not getting away with that. Yeah, exactly. She was like, you're not getting rid of me that quickly. You're not getting rid of me that quickly. Not today. Not today. Ghost of Christmas present for real. It was Christmas in May. It was Christmas in May for them. She was like, I got a surprise gift for you. You coming with me. Little did you know. Little did you know. It might not have been my time, but boo, it's both our times today. Can you just imagine his family getting that notification, like, oh, your uncle, brother, whoever, unfortunately he passed away, but he passed away while, after he murdered his girlfriend and was in the process of digging her hole, her grave. And that's how we found him. With all the evidence. With all the evidence. I was outdone. So bloody outdone. So I said, let's go ahead and kick the Kiki off with that. And it's doing this again. Okay. Now let's get into the other story that we have. Now, unfortunately, this is another death. I know we gonna have fun tonight, for real. We gonna have fun tonight. Now, this is another unfortunate death that just happened. I believe Mr. Samuels passed away last Thursday unexpectedly who plans their death. I'm just saying, unless you did, it was assisted suicide. Unless you cavorting yourself. Just saying. But unfortunately, Mr. Samuels has passed away last Thursday. Cardiac arrest. And if you don't know who Mr. Samuels is like a relationship type guru or self-proclaimed relationship guru, and he gave relationship advice on, he had his own podcast. He might have popped up on your Facebook feeds and such like that. His one of his popular slash unpopular theories, or lack of a better word, theory or saying, was that if you are a woman that is 30 plus and have kids, you are considered a leftover. Yeah, have some drinks ready, y'all. Have some drinks ready. So he considered women that was 30 plus, unmarried, have children, considered them as leftovers. Basically, men do not want to touch you because they know something is wrong with you. And that was his thinking. That was his logic. And that's the one, like the main one I kept seeing over the internet when his unfortunate passing became a reality, because everyone in the beginning thought it was a hoax. Like, no, this is like a false reporting or anything like something like that. But someone reached out to the family, and the family had confirmed it. So Mr. Samuels is deceased. Everyone knows that by now. He passed away last Friday. Now, with that being said, oh yeah, leftover spaghetti is always good the next day. Trust me. Trust me. Yeah, and that's what I want to get into, Magnolia, because there are a lot of people, mainly women, that are celebrating the fact that Mr. Samuels has passed on. Excuse me. And I do take a little bit of issue with this, because this man, irregardless of his thinking, his views on women and things like that, he still was a human being, and he was somebody's son, possibly someone's father, possibly someone's sibling, someone's uncle, cousin, significant other. He was important to someone. And celebrating someone's death is not cute. It's not cute. You might not like him as a person, or as an individual. You might not have agreed with some of his views, but that doesn't mean that you can celebrate this man's death. You see this a lot with people who celebrate people's death. Serial killers that go to was that's sentenced to death, and you have people out there at that night when they get the lethal injection, or before that was the electric chair and things like that, celebrating. Yeah, I don't agree with that particular statement, Erica, but I'm not saying that he hasn't said crazy left stuff. This man has said some weird things that a lot of people don't agree with, and you have every right to not agree. We don't agree with a lot of stuff people say, but that don't mean when they pass away you start celebrating. That's the only issue I take, is because this man has a mother, and his mother found out through social media. She wasn't notified by another family member. She wasn't notified by a friend. She was notified through social media that her son passed away. Exactly. I agree, Magnolia. He couldn't tell me ish. But just because I don't agree with his views and things like that, don't mean I'm going to go out here and start celebrating and jumping up and down on his grave. You know, I've never like really, that's not something I personally do. You know, I don't, y'all know I don't mess with the dead like that. Because I ain't got time to be haunted and bad stuff happening to me. I ain't got time for that. But I'm not going to sit up there and celebrate this man's death. Because he does have family members that did, care for him. Irregardless of his views. He was someone's family member. And I'm just looking at it as the point of his mother. She finding out through social media that her son passed away. And you don't know if this is her only child, her only son, whoever. And now he was in the presence of a woman, so he might have been on a date, or had just finished a date. I know, Erica. I know. But it's a lot of people out here that are celebrating that he's dead. They like, I ain't got no sympathy for him. He said this, that, another, and he deserved to die. And I'm talking about those people. I'm talking about those people. They're like really blunt with it. Yeah, I didn't know he went that far either. But that doesn't mean people should be celebrating that he's dead. He had his views. Those was his views, and he stood 10 toes down on those views. We have our own personal views and things like that, and people don't agree with those. But we wouldn't want somebody celebrating our death when our time comes, Yeah, I mean, I don't feel either way about him. I was kind of sad. I'm like, oh, here's another, pseudo celebrity that passed on and everything like that. And everybody, he had a huge following. He had some followers that agree with his views. There's some things that people have that he said that made sense from what I'm hearing. He said some things that made sense to people. And he's also made many statements, had many views that are just like, what? Really? That's how you feel about women? Oh, wow. I see why you single. So this man was unmarried. He was 57, unmarried, still on the dating scene. But you got these views against got these views against women. But, those his views. He stood 10 toes down with his views. He's entitled to them. Like we all entitled to how we view him. But that doesn't give anyone the right to sit up there and celebrate someone's death. Like, ha, you're dead. Karma got you, this, that. No, this was that man's time. This was that man's time. Possibly he was broke. Because he just got like really big through the last year or two, since everybody had to quarantine and things like that. He just really, I ain't never heard of this man until just recently, within the last year or two, and he started popping up on my Facebook feed. But that doesn't mean I want to click on him. I heard that too as well. He might have been on a DL. And he probably didn't, because there's a lot of people that say stuff and they don't practice what they preach. But he's spewing this view, and other people are absorbing it and adopting this view to them into their life. And that's a negative view against women, and that's a negative view against their mom. A lot of people that take on these views, especially Mr. Samuels, they not realizing that the views that they have also against women, negative views. I'm talking about negative views. They also have to apply that to their mom. They fail to realize that. A lot of them fail to realize that The negative views, and they might have got that negative view from their mother. But I'm just saying, you have to apply. If you're going to have negative views against women in general, you're going to have still have that same view against your mom, because your mom is a woman. She's a woman first. So I just took issue with a lot of people. It just irked me that a lot of people were sitting up here celebrating his death. And I was just like, that's just weird and morbid, and that ain't cool. Yeah, he probably has some money issues there, and if he got a child out here or someone, or family members, and they looking for a payout or something like that, good luck. Yeah, a lot of toxic masculinity is popping up. If you guys haven't checked out my last live last Thursday, where I talked about toxic femininity, but I also talked about toxic masculinity. Check that out, because I do go into that. That's the last week's Kiki, and gave you guys just 3 examples of it that's in the news. Jada and Will, Johnny and Amber, and May no, not Black China and Rob. So check out that video if you want to hear about toxic femininity and toxic masculinity. Girl, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that this man, there's no way of telling, because he wasn't public about that part of his life or whatever. But you do have people that's on the DL still, that's straight or whatnot. But I took a little issue with people celebrating this man's death, because I just thought it was weird. I was just like, wow, you just out here celebrating this man's death. I mean, did anybody celebrate all of the thousands and millions of deaths we done had over the last 2 years? Was anybody celebrating those deaths? We kind of got deathed out, and we're just like, oh, someone else passed away. Oh, wow, that's unfortunate. Da 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 da. That's sad. We get in our feelings about it, but we wasn't celebrating it. People are borderline about to throw a party over this man dying. I mean, one good and one positive thing out here, we won't be seeing him voice his views again, but his followers will. That's not stopping them carrying on his views, his legacy. So that's not stopping that. But rest in peace, Kevin Samuels. I hope you transition well, and whatever lessons you didn't learn here on the physical plane, I hope you learn them over in the spiritual plane. I really do. And you do better in your next life. I really do hope you do better in your next life, boo-boo. So let's go ahead into the next story. Now, recently, I know I've been talking about this for the last couple of months, especially with the whole smack against the, that heard and fell across the world. Dave Chappelle was tackled on stage during his comedy set for Netflix. Now, you guys have heard me talk about how fans and just people in general are out here being fans, and spectators are out here, getting worse. They're throwing popcorn on on players. They out here gluing their hands to the court. They're out here throwing racial slurs while they at on court level with the players, and they're just being outlandish. They're being ignorant, outlandish. I don't know if this is like insensate entitlement. I told you guys my feelings about that. They're sitting up here saying, I guess they're having this feeling of, I paid all this money and you're here to entertain me. These people ain't here to, they here to entertain you, but that don't mean you could dictate what they do, and if you don't like it, you can lay hands on them. So this guy decided that he wanted to storm the stage and tackle Dave Chappelle. This is a 23-year-old man who had a toy gun with a knife attached to the gun. But he decides to tackle Mr. Chappelle. Needless to say, I watched the video. Needless to say, said attacker immediately got detained and taken to the back of the stage, still visible because this was all on video, and got stomped. Yes, there's no allegedly beat him down. No, the man got stomped. The man got stomped. This is the issue, Magnolia. A lot of people are starting to call for more security. I know this happened at the Hollywood Bowl, and they are really looking into more security for the comedy acts, because comedy acts don't be having no beefed up security. There's like no metal detectors and stuff like that. You come in here to laugh and have fun and have good old kiki and go about your bloody day. But yeah, now these people are sitting up here not liking the jokes and everything like that, or have some other type of agenda, and they want to do what they want to do. Like this young man decided that he wanted to, and he was a follower of Dave Chappelle. He's a fan, and he still tackled Dave, and there's no reason for it. They're not giving a reason for it. Now we know Dave Chappelle has become controversial because he was doing some trans jokes that was not going over well, and he even said it here, after everything was all said and done, and started going back to trying to get back into his skit. He was like, oh, he was a trans man, making another joke because he's controversy. And then Chris Rock was there, and he got up there and was just like, was that Will Smith? So they're trying to make a joke out of it, but dude was in the back getting his. Dave Chappelle got some kicks in, got some stumps in. I heard Jamie Foxx got some stumps in. That man, when you see a picture of him, dude got stumped. I thought his arm was broke when I saw the picture. Oh, it did have something to do with whose mother? Dave Chappelle's mother, or the young man's mother. But this boy got stumped. He got stumped. There's no alleged about it. He got stumped. So of course, he's locked up, and he's going to have some charges and everything like that. Yeah, but we all know Chris Rock is about to make money off the whole Will Smith incident, while Will Smith is going to be losing money because, just to diverge a little bit, he's supposed to have been in so many sequels. Bright 2 has been canceled. He's supposed to be in there was supposed to be another Bad Boys. That's been shelved. Whatever little nature thing Will's supposed to do with Netflix, they should shelve that. Hancock, I think, I Am Legend is supposed to have a sequel. That's all of that. Everything, anything dealing with Will Smith right now is being shelved or canceled. Rightfully so, because he did something stupid. Yeah. And that's true. So that's why I'm like, why did this man storm the stage? If you a fan of Chappelle, bloody well, if you get up on that stage and do anything to Dave Chappelle, you asking for it. You asking for it. Point blank, period. You asking for it. So I'm just going to assume that he knew what he was getting himself into, because there's no bones about it. Chappelle, let it be known. Something go down, we handling it. Now remember when Dave Chappelle used to be so skinny and looking like he frail and everything? That man done put on some weight. He looked good. He looked good. He looked good with his weight. So I wouldn't be messing with Chappelle. He done put them quarantine 25 on. I wouldn't be messing with Chappelle and his people. They bought that life. Just saying. Why would you sit up there and mess with them people? That's like messing with Tyson. You asking for it. You're asking for it. Just saying. You're so asking for it. Yeah, he is so swole. That man's head was 2 or 3 sizes too big. Right after that. He looked worse than the dude Tyson dinged up. Which I just saw that Tyson is not going to face any charges for that. They both going their separate ways, and hopefully there won't be no civil suit or anything like that. But there's no charges, so that's one good thing about that situation. But yeah, so this happened over the weekend, and then this following thing happened on Mother's Day. Let me wait for it to pop back up, because that's what it did the last time. Oh, before we get into the next thing, let's talk about this. Exactly. Tyson was defending himself, so there's that. So the Met Gala happened over the weekend. Let's break the whole fan and spectator going crazy stuff. Let's break this up. Now, the Met Gala happened over the weekend. I don't be sitting up here looking at the Met Gala, but I do see some of the fashion, and I do like some of it. Now, Rihanna, she ate because she didn't even attend, the gala. She didn't even attend the gala. But she basically ate an effigy. She sent a statue of herself, and nude, I believe, full belly on display and everything like that, full show of motherhood. She ate. And let's talk about the melanin at the Met. The melanin was popping at the Met, and all of those young people, all of the melanated people ate. They ate up the Met. Chloe, I'm talking about, from Chloe and Haley. It was so many melanated people there that was just killing it. Janelle was all of them was just killing it. All of them. I was just like, wow. I was just so blown away of the pictures of the melanated people that was there that was just killing it. So kudos to them. But let's talk about Kim K wearing Marilyn's happy birthday dress. Now, Marilyn Monroe happy birthday dress is 60 plus years old. That dress basically is a bodysuit. She had to be sewn into that dress before she hit that stage. So that dress hits every lump, bump, and curve of Marilyn. She wanted a dress that was for her and basically no one else can wear. Now, 60 something years later, Kim Kardashian decided that she wants to wear this dress. She went on a crash because when she went to the fitting the first time, she was so heartbroken she didn't fit the dress the first time. This is a 60-year-old dress. The sizing was different back then from now. The sizing was different. A size 4 now, it was not a size 4 back then. A size 4 back then is not a size 4 now. There's, there's a huge difference with size. But a lot of people are taking issue with the simple fact that she wore the dress. Now, the second time she fitted, she went on a crash diet where she lost 16 pounds. Now, if you see in this picture, she's wearing this white jacket. She still couldn't zip the bloody thing up in the back. She still couldn't zip it up in the back. So she had to wear this little jacket to cover up the fact that she couldn't zip it up. There was a lot of rules to wearing this dress. She couldn't eat in this dress. She couldn't basically sit down in this dress. She couldn't, it's a lot of rules that she had to follow with this dress. So she only wore the dress to do the red carpet. Exactly, Sheila. Exactly. I feel the same way. I really think that it should not have been worn. If anything, she had a replica made. So when she finished the red carpet, she slipped out of this and slipped into the replica. Why didn't you just wear the replica in the beginning? She should have just worn the replica. That would have been fine. You can't fit that dress. That dress was not made for you. It was made for Marilyn. And also, there's a little tidbit. The dress, Marilyn's happy birthday dress, was not dry cleaned nor cleaned for 60 years. So, that dress dirty. There's like dirt and things like at the hem and things like that. And God knows what else Marilyn had did in that dress that night. But I'm just saying, it's 60 years old and no one dry cleaned it. No one cleaned it. No one even hand washed the dang on thing before it got put away and then ended up at Ripley's. And Kim Kardashian wants to wear it. The dress was at Ripley's. So technically it was a museum, Erica, but it was at Ripley's. So Kim Kardashian is right around here saying, oh, I wore Marilyn Monroe's dress. You wore a dirty dress. That's like wearing Monica Lewinsky's blue dress after the incident. Would anybody want to wear that? Exactly. What if Kennedy did a Bill Clinton on the dress? Well, I did do a little reading just to, read the energy of that. And what I got was she happy that there is recognition. She's happy that her name is out there. That's what I got. But the last card that I pulled was basically if Marilyn was in the same room as Kim, Kim would not be seen. It would just be Marilyn. Kim wouldn't be a factor. That's basically what I was getting. I was not reading on Marilyn. I was reading the energy. Yeah, some things should be left alone, especially something that hasn't been cleaned in 60 years. When I found that out, I was just like, that dang on thing hadn't been cleaned in 60 years. And I love Marilyn. I believe Marilyn was, abused, mistreated, tossed around, and just couldn't handle life herself. I feel so bad for Marilyn for her time here. All she wanted was love, and she was seeking it from all the wrong type of people. She was used and abused and passed around. And I am a big Marilyn, well, not that big, but I do like Marilyn Monroe. Always liked Marilyn Monroe. Love Dorothy Dandridge, all of the black female actresses that's equivalent to her. That was like bombshells. Love them. They first. But I did like Marilyn. Marilyn, if once you get past the whole bleach blonde thing and, the persona that she was having, Marilyn actually was a nice person. That's what I'm getting. That's what I was, not from a reading, but from just researching her for since I was little. You know, she seemed like a nice person. Misunderstood. She really wanted to hone her craft and be taken serious. That's one thing that I've always gotten for any documentary that has been done on Marilyn. She always wanted to be taken serious, but she wasn't. My personal belief is she never should have divorced DiMaggio. I think that was the happiest she's ever been, was with him. But them two just couldn't make it work. She was really into her acting, and he really wanted to, because he was retired, he really wanted to be laid back. He didn't like that fast-paced lifestyle. But I diverge. Kim Kardashian should have just wore the replica and not the actual dress. Because if you can't zip that thing up in the back, and you had a butt reduction and all that stuff, and you done had lost 16 pounds just to even fit in the dang old thing, and you still can't zip it up in the back, don't wear it. Yeah, she did play the smart blonde, acting dumb. Because there always was that hint of, she's smarter than she looks. She's smarter than she looks. That's why I like Marilyn. You know, and she was so ahead of her time. I think that was the problem. She was ahead of her time. Really think that was the problem with her. She was so ahead of her time. And women love to hate other women. There's that. And men like to misuse and abuse pretty girls. There's always that. So, bottom line, Kim should not have worn that dress, but the people behind the Marilyn dress and everything, they're happy. They don't see a problem with it. Hopefully, Kim didn't do any more damage to that dress, because it is 60-something years old, and there's things it's called as seams. So, hopefully, nothing is damaged. If it is, she got to come out of pocket for that. Just saying. Should have just wore the replica from jump. That would have been fine. Now, let's go ahead and get off into the second incident that happened over this weekend, which was on Mother's Day. And this is Chris Paul. Chris Paul plays for the Phoenix Suns. This past Mother's Day, because I was watching this with my mother, so shout out, happy belated Mother's Day to all the moms, the aunts, the sisters, stepmoms, play moms, aunties, all grandmas. If you play a mother figure, cat moms, dog moms, happy belated Mother's Day to you guys. So I was ended up watching a little bit of this game with my own mother. Phoenix was going against the Mavericks. Now, this is Mother's Day. Chris Paul's mother and his wife is in the stands. You know, they're celebrating whatever happened at the game. Maybe he was making a good shot. Maybe someone else on the team was making a good shot. They are supporting. So then you have this Caucasian lady and her, I'm going to say son, there. And the altercation happens. First reports was that this young person pushed Chris Paul's mom and then physically harassed his wife. That was the first reports. Now, as you can see in this picture here, this is a screen capture of a video. Chris Paul is saying, "I'll see you outside. I'll see you outside." Now, if you guys look this up, I wish I grabbed the other picture of the lady and the young man. The lady, I'm assuming is his mother, had the fear of God in her face. If you guys look up Chris Paul's Mother's Day game incident, you could literally see the fear of God in that lady's face as they was being ejected from the arena. Chris Paul ain't playing. Look at this man's face. Chris Paul ain't playing. Chris Paul is not playing. That's his mama. That's his wife. You don't lay hands on somebody else. Now, I just read some other reports because now Chris Paul's Chris Paul's mother has came out to correct the situation, correct some of the reports, because it was the Mavericks came out and said that it was that the person, some aggressive, basically aggressive fans, was giving unwanted hugs. Chris Paul mama was like, this was not aggressive hugs. This young person was tapping me on my shoulder. Oops, sorry. This young man was tapping me on my shoulder, wishing me happy Mother's Day on multiple times. And after I told him, thank you, could you stop, he continued. So she was like, I was pretty sure he was inebriated, meaning he was drunk. Because, you know, when you look at the picture, the man looked like he was a minor. Exactly. He was about to, Erica. He was about to. If Chris Paul was not being held back, he was going to get Will Smithed, and rightfully so, because you don't put your hands on somebody else. So Chris Paul's mother is saying that she just chalked it up to him being inebriated, and, you know, things went from there. The fans was ejected. They can't come back to the arena until 2023. So the Mavericks looks like they're trying to downplay the situation. Chris Paul mama not having it. She was like, nah, this is what happened. We ain't about to downplay this. She was like, but this is what happened. So I don't know what happened with Chris Paul's wife, but evidently she was, as she was exiting, going up the stairway, she was being harassed. So I don't know what this person was saying to her. If the lady that was there that had the fear of God in her face, in her eyes, exactly. I hear you on that. And now if he said that he was going to do some crap like that, then this is the other thing I want to say. Now, Chris Paul did come out and say that if this was players against fans, y'all would sit up there and fine us, and then next thing you know, we probably have to sit out a couple of games. He was like, but fans could do whatever the heck they want to us and our family. That's wrong. So now Sheila is saying that allegedly this young man allegedly posted that he was going to do this on his social media page. If that is true, I fully believe that criminal charges need to be brought, or they need to be fined. I know that the Mavericks or the team can't make fans get fined, but something needs to be done, because he laid hands on someone else. Exactly. Respect goes both ways. Apology is not enough. Because he probably, at home thinking he done did something. Yeah, I did this to Chris Paul's mama, and ain't nothing happened to me, da 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 da, and I did this to his wife, and da 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 da. This is getting out of hand. Because fans for the last couple of years have gotten so out of hand. They sit there and it's way worse than before. We have incidents at games and concerts and things like that where fans and spectators, do stupid stuff. They'll throw something or heckle. But within the last couple of years, it has blown to crazy proportions. Something needs to be done, because eventually someone's going to get hurt. Dave Chappelle just got attacked at his own bloody show. That man could have killed Dave Chappelle. He had a knife attached to that toy gun. So what is it going to take for somebody to take these type of things serious? Just banning them from the arena is not enough. You got to hit these people in their pocket, or have the cops involved. Once they start seeing that there's, severe consequences for their actions, then it's not going to stop. It's just going to continue to escalate till somebody get hurt, either on the player or entertainer end or the fan slash spectator end. I think it's just crazy until they something is done to where the fan, to make the fans realize there's severe consequences. This is going to be ongoing. It's just going to get worse. It's just going to get worse. And I really, really, really do truly believe that this is not good. This is not a bloody good look. Sorry, not sorry, but and for this to happen on Mother's Day, you out there sitting up there watching your son. You gave birth to this man, watching him play, spending your Mother's Day with him, watching him play a sport that he loved, and you getting harassed physically and verbally. You can't even enjoy the game. That's just sad. Now, if Chris Paul had just jumped into the stands and started beating on this young man, they would be like, "Oh, he wrong. He should never have did that." No, this man sitting up there, he trying to defend his mama. Now, if that was one of y'all mamas, y'all would do the same thing. Y'all would jump over a barrel and get at the person that's assaulting your mother or harassing your mother. Now, y'all can't tell me that y'all wouldn't do that. I don't care how mad I am with my mama. Touch my mama and see what happened. Touch my mama and see what happened. If my dad was alive, touch my daddy and see what happened. We bucking. Oh yeah. That oil that I got, yeah. That'll protect you. So definitely shop the shop, because that'll be in the description. Get your intention oils now, because it's gonna be, we in full on blown Mercury retrograde, and y'all can see that I'm getting the effects of it. So I'm in putting Mercury retrograde oil on and my protection oils and all that good stuff on. But shop the shop. Full moon is on this Monday in Scorpio. So yeah, shop the shop and start getting y'all intention oils to protect yourselves, because the energy is funky around here, because people done lost their bloody minds around here. Just saying. So that's the Chris Paul incident. Exactly. When somebody's so mad they black out, you need to watch out for that one. Just saying. Because once I snap, it's over. And I might not even remember what I did. You just gonna have to tell me what I did. Just saying. Sorry, not sorry. Screw all that. Let's see if I got another story, because I think this was it. Because I did lead with the South Carolina. Yeah, full moon in Scorpio. I give you guys the details on that soon. So I'm just going to go ahead and end this live. I hope you guys have fun. I want to thank you guys for joining me this evening. I do apologize for this technical difficulty. I'm still learning around here, and so I know now that I need to have my Blue Yeti definitely attached to my laptop. So I figured that out. So thank you guys for helping me with that. Don't forget to like this live, subscribe if you haven't already done so, join the family, hit up the shop in the description bar. I'll roll a couple of my ads towards the end of this. Thank you guys for watching. Again, I hope you guys had an amazing time and have fun. And I will catch you guys in the next live. Have a good evening.